It's often said that cricket is a game of glorious uncertainties, and nothing could illustrate that better than what we saw tonight in the game between Lucknow Super Giants and Sunrisers Hyderabad. Why is it that I say so? Because before this game started, nobody gave LSG a chance. In fact, it wasn't even about the strengths of Sunrisers Hyderabad, the weaknesses of Lucknow Super Giants. All the talk was about how many runs is SRH going to get against a weak Lucknow Super Giants bowling attack. Will they be able to cross 300? Will this be a game where we will see a 300 for the very first time in this IPL? Those were the conversations. Nobody, let alone even look at LSG winning, nobody was even looking at a contest in this particular match. But in the end, it turned out to be exactly the opposite. Sunrisers Hyderabad, were put into bat by Rishabh Pant, the Lucknow Super Giants captain, and their ultra-aggressive approach, the approach which allows them to wow the audience, the approach that allows them to create excitement, the approach that allows them to have that reputation of going past 300, actually backfired today, where they ended up with 190. Now, 190 on most occasions will look very good in a T20 game, but not in Hyderabad, and that's exactly where they were playing a game. In Hyderabad, 220, 230 is a minimum sort of total because it's a flat pitch where batters get a lot of runs. But Sunrisers Hyderabad weren't allowed to do that. And why is it that they ended up with a below par total? It was primarily because of the Lucknow Super Giants bowling. Not just Lucknow Super Giants bowling, the weak, quote-unquote, weak Lucknow Super Giants bowling. Remember, they had lost 4 of their first team starters ahead of the IPL. They were going with a makeshift bowling attack, but boy did that attack step up today. 2 bowlers find special mention. Let's start with bowler number 1 in Shardul Thakur, who picked up 4 wickets. This is the same Shardul Thakur that went unsold in the auction. Not a single IPL team thought it was worth investing in the experience and talent of Shardul Thakur. He only came into this IPL as a last-minute replacement for an injured Mohsin Khan, but is the man of the match now in the second game of Lucknow Super Giants. His smart play, his experience, all of it came into play. Quite often you've said that he is a man with the golden arm, he's Lord Shardul Thakur, and he showed why he is exactly like that, picking up 4 wickets by using a lot of his experience. You must also compliment the backroom staff, and I'm sure someone like a Zahir Khan would have had a role to play in Shardul Thakur coming up with the performance that he did on the day. The second bowler that should find a mention is a young Prince Yadav, a young bowler who comes from Delhi. Outstanding he was on the day. And for a young bowler to show that heart, now he showed all his skill. You saw a slower ball from him. He could really crank it up when it comes to pace, touch the 140 mark need be. He can bowl that short pitch delivery, use the short pitch delivery very, very well as a bouncer. He showed all the skills that are needed to be successful at this stage. And for a young bowler, for a bowler who's making his IPL debut, to do that speaks a lot about his talent, speaks a lot about the backroom staff, also speaks a lot about the scouting team that Lucknow Super Giants have. So this weak bowling lineup was the reason that they have won today. How is it that they chased that total down? Yes, it was a below par total, but it was completely out of the reach of Sunrisers Hyderabad once the best T20 batter in the world, Nicholas Pooran, was in the mood. And boy, was he in the mood. 70 runs he gets at a strike rate of, hear that again, 270. 270 strike rate is what Nicholas Pooran was operating at. Once you get a knock like that by Nicholas Pooran, there's no chance that any other team would have had a chance, let alone the Sunrisers Hyderabad. A few questionable calls by the captain in Pat Cummins. Yes, his team had got a low total, but should he have bowled himself earlier? Should he have gotten Harshal Patel earlier? Maybe if he had done that, he could have been with a chance. In a low-scoring game, Pat Cummins bowls himself at the sixth over, Harshal Patel only comes in at the back end. I think that's the trick or two that Pat Cummins missed, and that is the result that they've now really gone down into the points table. And Lucknow Super Giants, a team that was struggling, a team that many had picked to finish last in the table, is now sitting pretty second on that spot, because not only did they register the win, they've also done their net run rate a lot of good, because they won with a massive margin of 4 overs to spare. The only blip for Lucknow Super Giants would have been Rishabh Pant not getting a lot of runs. He was given out, and I thought given out in absolute correct fashion. That no ball, once again, technology being used, and he was found to be facing a legal ball when he got out. I think it was an attempt by him to take the net run rate up and finish the game quickly, but that means 2 games now for Rishabh Pant where not too many runs have come. But Lucknow Super Giants would be a happy team at the end of the day. Sunrisers Hyderabad, any of you who picked them to be the clear-cut winner know that going forward it's not going to be an easy task. Before I wind up, I must say one thing. Even if you are an SRH fan, don't worry. This batting failure was a rare thing. I think on good batting pitches, Sunrisers Hyderabad's batting attack, it's so good that they will get above par total. I think the pressure will be on their bowlers to help them win matches going forward. If you enjoy our content, do give us a like on the video, share it with your cricket-loving friends, and as always, don't forget to subscribe to Sports Today. Nikhil Naz signing off.